Natural relations of production determine productive forces. Natural relations of production are the cause, and the leap in productive forces is the effect. Classical theories have reversed this cause and effect relationship, which has also deprived the entire nation of its capacity for innovation. Natural law drives the continuous evolution of all things in the world. All laws and concepts derive from mass-energy relations, whose core principle is the mutual transformation of the explicit and implicit and the alternation of dominance. For example, the general public has a dual identity, workers and consumers. In the past, the public was always trapped in the weak mindset of being workers. The ideas and behaviors derived from this, including revolution, strikes, struggles, etc., influenced by classical theories using confrontational thinking to beg for handouts from capitalists or power, are outright weak thinking. The core of natural relations of production is, driven by self-interest and absolute fairness, consumers, across nations, regions, and races, consistently choose high-quality and low-cost goods and services constant.
This behavior essentially selects the optimal combination of technology constant, forcing producers to follow scientific guidance and continuously iterate technology, thus ensuring sustained technological progress. This selection mechanism of consumers determines the inevitable path of development. Mechanization gives standardization, gives automation, gives informatization, gives intelligence, unmanned and irreversible trend. Therefore, natural relations of production are the cause, and the leap in productive forces is the effect. The core driving force of technological progress is the instinctive choice of global consumers. Consumers are the father of value, producers are the mother of value, and software, machines, and artificial intelligence are the children conceived by both. This is a continuous and gradual evolutionary process. Before the emergence of the internet and intelligence, society relied on third-party intermediaries, commercial banks for bookkeeping and resource allocation, resulting in producer dominance and consumers bearing no responsibility. In other words, we only acknowledge that mothers create value, yet deny the fact that fathers create value. After the internet emerged, the public should view the world from the perspective of consumers' strong mindset. According to current standards, annual consumer spending exceeds 40 trillion yuan times 100 years equals 4,000 trillion yuan, a super capital. Consumers' smartphones are the mother of all platforms. With an annual replacement expenditure of 1 trillion yuan times 100 years, 100 trillion yuan in infrastructure investment. Consumers' leisure time has created big data and enlightened artificial intelligence, whose future value approaches infinity. Building a consumer-owned public market that undertakes infinite future consumption, generates infinite distribution profits, and holds infinite equity value, with equity shared 80/20ths, distributed to every household and everyone responsible. It can reduce social operation costs, improve social efficiency, usher in the intelligent era of consumer ownership, and create a new world where creation comes from joy. This is the will of natural law. Our dilemma lies entirely in our own thinking. We refuse to take the position of masters, insist on standing as workers, scramble to be servants, confront capital, fight with software and AI for jobs, and wait for power to save us. Violating the principles of natural law only leads to stagnation, involution, anxiety, rampant resentment, and the entire group sliding toward the edge of disaster. Natural relations of production are forever in the hands of the masses. This is the fundamental guarantee for humanity to inevitably move toward commercial democracy and a win-win framework bestowed upon humanity by natural law, divine law. A universal consumer-owned public market plus the public's leisure time can restructure the world's optimal technologies within 7 days and form a strategic encirclement of capital, a non-violent win-win framework. In 7 days, resource allocation that would take 10,000 years under the capital model can be completed. The reason is extremely simple. Consumption is the oxygen of the market, holding absolute power of life and death. When consumers gather in their own universal public market and publish industry data, engineers can quietly embrace victory in their leisure time. Capitalists and entrepreneurs can do nothing about it, nor can power, because consumers equals the people, and the customer is God essentially means the people are supreme. One world, one universal public market. The value created by leisure time can instantly surpass that created by full-time work. The value created by passion can instantly surpass that created by labor. Without consumer ownership, powerful productive forces mainly flow into infrastructure, real estate, heavy chemical industry, etc., and disordered production causes huge waste of resources, energy, and working hours. With consumer ownership, productive forces achieve zero repetition and zero waste, and science and technology can truly serve everyone and every enterprise. Relations of production determine productive forces. Consumers control the world, and the world belongs to everyone. This is a gift from natural law, divine law to all humanity. Why are we always unwilling to make the right choice? Humanity has 4 levels of thinking frameworks, from low to high. Violence, power over life and death relying on physical strength. Power over life and death relying on merit. Capital, power over life and death relying on the principle that the customer is God. Consumption, power over life and death relying on natural law, i.e. truth. The normal logical order is truth greater than capital, greater than power, greater than violence. Only when truth leads the world can thinking be free, and humanity can embrace happiness and goodness with certainty. But many Chinese people believe in power and violence. Power relies on merit. Without merit, none of us deserve anything. Thus, no one dares to speak up, not even think privately. Limited merit equals limited destiny. Because destiny is limited, people defend their merits to the death and cannot tolerate any mistakes being pointed out. Destiny strictly operates according to the cycle defined by natural law. This is the root of the historical cycle sacrifice. Science has nothing to do with merit, only correctness. Newton and Einstein were accepted not for their merits, but because their scientific theories were correct. Allocating resources through consumer ownership is science. When consumers enter Teacher Lu's Mother Channel to study natural law, they are formulating social rules, aiming to give our descendants a fair environment and equal intelligence, attribute infinite merit to the future, and make destiny eternal. We must break through the merit-based thinking framework, enter the framework of natural law, and spread science and correctness to all humanity. As for past theories, Confucianism, Buddhism, Taoism, Adam Smith, Marx, Keynes, Hayek, etc., they are all human theories, subordinate to the belief in power, and thus can never break through the framework of power. Only by believing in natural law, divine law, can everyone speak freely, respect and tolerate the past of power and capital, protect past innovators, and inspire future innovators.
荣耀100手机3秒一键朗读，绝对一字不差。1. 长按上面任意一个英文单词。2. 点击弹出菜单中的全选。3. 点击朗读按钮，系统会自动从第一句读到最后一句，